The jury goes home for the weekend after failing again to reach a verdict in the case of an Orange County judge accused of murdering his wife.
Jury is due back on Monday to continue deliberations. Orange County reporter Jessica De Nova is live in Santa Ana. And Jessica, the jury today telling the judge that they're exhausted.
That's exactly right. You know, from the beginning, so much of this trial has been unusual, starting with a judge on the other side of the law charged with the murder of his wife. Then after both sides closed arguments, we saw the judge allow additional time for more arguments to answer juror questions. Finally, today on day 8 of deliberations, you could feel the frustration in that courtroom when the jurors asked to go home, saying they were exhausted.
Oh, it's been horrible. I've been conflicted from the start.
Larry Rosen talking about sitting in court, listening to the 911 call's testimony, details of how his only sister lost her life. Sheryl Ferguson was shot and killed in front of her son in 2023 inside their Anaheim Hills home. The suspect charged with her murder, her own husband, Jeffrey Ferguson, an Orange County Superior Court judge of nearly a decade at the time. But Friday, many growing impatient with more days going to jury deliberations than anything else in the trial.
I don't understand why it is that we are here so long. This is the part I'm really having difficulty with.
After 8 days of deliberating, jurors sending Judge Eleanor Hunter their 12th note. In it, they asked to go home at lunch and return Monday, telling her they have further movement, but, quote, "We are exhausted." Regardless of objections from the defense, the judge excused jurors. Joshua Ritter is a former LA County prosecutor who commends the jury for its diligence, but says the time spent here is rare.
It is bizarre. You just do not see that. Even though they're asking to leave early, they're asking to come back on Monday and try to give it another try. All of that can be applauded. But it seems like they have really become bogged down and in the weeds on some of these legal concepts, given the questions that they continue to submit to the judge.
The jury unable to agree on the second-degree murder charge. Rosen says after sitting through the entire trial and not approaching his brother-in-law until deliberations began, he knows where he stands.
I'm not convinced that Jeff committed murder. Not convinced at all.
As this younger brother waits to hear whether there will be a verdict or mistrial, he knows nothing will bring back his sister.
She was kind of like the sounding board for all of us. You know, she was the glue that held us all together, and she's sorely missed.
It is against the law for the judge to ask how many jurors are leaning specifically in which direction, but we could get that information if Judge Hunter were to declare a mistrial. Reporting live in Santa Ana, Jessica De Nova, ABC 7 Eyewitness News.
Thank you, Jessica.